good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. As always, let me know right off the bat if you guys can hear me okay and if you can see me all right. Let's take a look here. Welcome, Bob from Florida. Hello to Max and Joseph. Catalin from Bucharest. Perfect. Nobody answered my question though. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Because for some reason it's a little slow on my end right now, so I'm a little bit hesitant to start things off before I know for sure you guys can see me all right. We got Michael here. Thank you so much for coming out, Michael, and thank you very much for the PayPal that you sent me earlier. Hope you and Alina are doing good. Oh, hello to Rahul. Hello to David. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. You can see me okay. Fabulous, because I know this is a bit of a different time than I usually do my live streams. Usually I do them in the morning on the weekends, you know, Central Mountain Time, whatever we are here. But I just figured that it's been so hot during the day. It's been basically over 30 degrees every single day here in Calgary, which is great, which is the summer weather I was hoping for when I came to Canada. But it's actually a bit, you know, exhausting to walk around for 2 hours in direct sunlight. So I figured, let me actually do a live stream in the evening, because we still have like 2 or 3 hours until the sun sets. So I'm excited for today's live stream, guys, because not only will this be, I guess, my last live stream most likely before I leave for my trip, and I'm on the fence whether to tell you guys right now where I'm going to go, because I technically have an announcement video that's going to be out this next week. So I think I'll save it. Because also I'm still waiting literally 2 weeks out from my trip for actual confirmation that my vaccine has been accepted in the place that I'm going to. At first it made me really nervous, but from talking to the consulate of this country, they said just bring your paper copies and didn't really, you know, make it seem like I should have issues. So I'm hoping, everything will be fine. But anyways, back to the live stream here. Where we are going to go today, overall is going to be areas that I haven't shown yet in my live streams here in Calgary. I'm going to take you guys through a few neighborhoods that I really like, that are quite close to downtown, which are quite close to the areas that I've shown before, but I feel like they feel a bit, you know, quieter and are really pretty. So if you are ever thinking of coming to Calgary, or even more seriously actually living in Calgary, I think these neighborhoods that I'm gonna show you guys today are definitely really good options. So that is what we are going to do here in just a second. Hello to Ramel, who I think is also here in Calgary. Very cool. Aw, hello to my friend Henry. Thank you so much for coming out. Hope you're doing good. And yeah, let's start, guys. Where I am right now is actually a really lovely park. I'm gonna flip my camera here. Take a look at this beauty. This is Riley Park, which is in the neighborhood that is called Sunnyside. And what's kind of weird about this neighborhood, actually, or is this in Kensington? Because it's weird, like on that side, the map shows it says this neighborhood is Sunnyside. And then on this side of the road, it says Kensington. So it's a bit odd. I don't know officially which one of the two this park then falls into, but I really like it. Very family friendly. Lots of beautiful flowers. People going for an evening walk. Let's do this. Oh, very big thank you to Sheets of Metal for the super chat. Hello friend, how are you? What are you doing? Thank you. I'm doing well. We're going for a walk, guys. We're going for a lovely stroll in overall downtown Calgary. I don't know if any of the areas we go to kind of fall outside of downtown, but this area is very walkable, which is why we are doing it, because there's a lot of areas of Calgary that are definitely not walkable. I still believe that overall this is a city that if you're going to move here, you really should have a car. It's a bit tricky to go everywhere without a car. So, some people over here having a picnic. Very, very nice. And yeah, there's some really beautiful kind of low-rise apartments in this area. And just for funsies, actually, because some people ask me about this on different live streams, always talking about the real estate of the places that I'm, showing. And for once, I have actually done some research of what approximately apartments do cost here in Calgary, and especially in the downtown area. And if you're comparing it to the prices in other big centers of Canada, it is extremely, extremely reasonable. Thank you very much once again, Sheets of Metal, for the super chat. Come to Washington, D.C. Thank you. I would love to sometime. So yeah, the apartments here in Calgary, like even in some of the nicest areas of the city, like really new, freshly renovated ones, you can easily find one-bedroom places for like $1,400-1,500 a month Canadian dollars. So that would be about $1,200 US, I think, something around that. Like, those buildings right there, I think those are still being built. A building like that's a bit older, you could probably find for like $1,100 or $1,200 for a one-bedroom. And after being in Vancouver, earlier this summer and looking into the real estate there, my God, it is extremely depressing. So I think that Calgary is actually a fantastic option if you wanted to live in a bigger center in Canada, because of course, if you live in a small town, your rent is going to be a lot less. But if you actually wanted to be in a city, I feel like Calgary is like the best option. Why isn't this light turning? What the hell? Okay. All right. Somebody wrote, Tornado says, I pay $1,250 for a 2-bedroom. Oh my God, in the south. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, it's just obscene what the difference is compared to many other places in Canada, and even Saskatoon. Like, you guys saw the city of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, that I posted a few weeks ago. And honestly, the rent isn't that much less there compared to Calgary, which I think is outrageous, because Saskatoon is like a quarter of the size of Calgary. It definitely doesn't have the same kinds of amenities. It doesn't have the mountains on its back doorstep. So even though I love Saskatoon, I feel like their rent is ridiculously high for, to be frank, what you're getting. So I think Calgary, for the time being, is a steal of a deal. So I'm glad that my mom chose to live here. Jesus. Sharing My Life says Vancouver and Victoria are going to be $3,000 soon for a 1-bedroom. Oh my God. Like, I can't just justify that. Like, I loved Vancouver when I went there, but when I thought seriously about like what would it actually cost me to live in this city, and would it be worth it? Because of course you can get job opportunities that maybe wouldn't be available to you in other centers, but especially since I work online and I do have like a couple of friends in Vancouver, but outside of that, like, there's nothing, there's nothing really else there that really justifies me, moving there and spending that kind of money. So I don't, Jesus. I think that, some people are just totally in love with Vancouver, that's the place for them. But for me personally, I would need a very good reason to spend that kind of money. It's ridiculous. Send to Billy, ask where's dad, got used to him. Well, he is back in Saskatchewan doing very well, and he and I, yeah, spent basically 2 weeks going through Saskatchewan. He dropped me off here, and yeah, I'm just so grateful that we got to spend that time together, and we had so much fun on the road trip. So actually on Monday or Tuesday, I actually can't remember, I'm posting my last video of the trip that we did together, so I hope you guys will like it. Aw, thank you very much to Sue Rowan for the super chat. Thanks for being you. Well, thank you so much, Sue. Really appreciate your support. Hope you're doing great. There's another question I wanted to answer here, but actually let me flip the camera because I want to show you guys this neighborhood. So yeah, it's weird. This is Sunnyside, I think this side, because there is a C train station here that is called Sunnyside. So from my understanding, this side of the road or something is Sunnyside. There's even businesses that have that in the name. And then this side is Kensington. There's businesses all over this side called Kensington. So very odd. If a local wants to explain that to me, please do. But I really like this area because almost the whole stretch is all like local private businesses. There's not really a lot of chains here, and like really fantastic restaurants and cafes. So I've been down here in the last couple of weeks a few different times and really enjoyed myself. So if you're in Calgary, this is like maybe a 20 or 30 minute walk away from like the Calgary Tower area. So you can definitely walk here, or you can take the C train to Sunnyside Station. So yeah. And yes, this is 10th Street that I am on right now. And yes, I agree, John. Calgary is insanely spread out. Oh, one sec, we'll wait for the siren here. Very loud. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys a couple more business here. Pocket Holic is a really cute, I guess, Japanese restaurant. It's almost like a pocket of deep fried tofu that they have different kinds of, like, you know, sushi in there. That's a really cute business. Scuba Jay's Bar. And then yeah, they've got some new apartments. I don't know if these guys were here last time I walked in this area, like years ago or whatever. So lots of really nice apartment buildings that are also right off of 10th Street. And yes, today is really lovely weather. It's weird because my trip in Canada started off with such terrible weather. And of course it was in Vancouver when I was paying such a ridiculous amount of money to be there. It made me a bit sad. And now that I'm in Calgary visiting my mom, so I don't have to really... Oh my God, one sec. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully wherever that fire truck is going, that everybody's all right. Oh, this business right up here is definitely worth checking out if you are a big fan of Japan like I am. This place right here, Nanao Kimono, super cute and has such a beautiful selection of different items direct from Japan. Calgary Japanese Festival. That would be really fun to go to. Furoshiki workshop. Super cool. All right. Jesus, they need 3 fire trucks? What the hell is going on? That's weird. All right. Onwards, guys. Let's see here. There's a big all-you-can-eat sushi and Thai restaurant. Actually, speaking of all-you-can-eat restaurants and buffets in general, people who travel a lot, do you find that it is just in like Canada and the US where buffets are that big of a thing? Because I feel like in most other countries that I go to, it's not. Like, there's not really like buffet restaurants. And I just, you know, when I was younger, I just assumed every kind of place had that. But I think it is just in like Canada and USA where it's like you can gorge yourself for $20. What is with everybody being so aggressive today? What is going on? Aw, thank you so much to Eduardo from Curitiba. Amazing. Let me flip here as I read your comments here, guys. That's Jeff from Wisconsin. Very cool. Thank you, Sheets of Metal. No, I'm not vegetarian and vegan anymore. I haven't been for the last like 3-4 years. I still like primarily, I guess, eat more vegetarian food than a lot of meat, but I just decided I didn't want to restrict my diet with any kind of stuff, so I will eat overall anything. That's also nice. Thank you very much for the super chat to Sharing My Life. Thanks for all your efforts to show the prairies. I am in BC and haven't been to the prairies in 30 years. How many languages do you speak? Thank you. So I only speak English and Russian fluently. I understand maybe like a quarter of Ukrainian. I definitely can't speak it, but if somebody's speaking to me, I mean, yeah, I can't speak it, but if somebody's speaking to me, then I could understand maybe a quarter to a third of what they're saying if they're speaking slowly. So yeah, those are the main languages I speak, but I would love to learn Japanese. I think it would be really cool to know because I see myself spending a lot of time in Japan, as I already have. And then also Spanish, I think, would be a very good language to learn, which I know a little bit of from the last trip I did, but definitely not enough to get by. All right, guys, want to show you a nice view of this area. Super beautiful. The sea train just went by. There's a cannabis shop on every corner, it seems, in any big Canadian city. Let's see here. Oh, we got somebody here from Colombia. Very cool. CB says, I've traveled the world and no buffets except Vegas. Yeah, I hear the buffets in Vegas are absolutely wild. That would actually be my top reason to visit Vegas. That and the shows, because to be honest, I think gambling is just a terrible thing to do. So if I went to Las Vegas, I would not be spending more than maybe $20 at the casino. So not much else for me to do in Vegas other than eat and go to the shows. But I have heard that, yeah, their buffets are epic. So definitely would like to check that out. All right, so we are going to be going here on the 10th Street Bridge. And I have a interesting sort of walk for us today. I did it once a few days ago, so hopefully I remember how to get there. I'll let these guys pass. All right. Ah, we got Keith from Christchurch, New Zealand. That's cool. Oh, this is such a beautiful view. This is lovely. Look at that. Wow. What a skyline. Gorgeous. Aw. Amazing. Thank you so much, Rahul. That's so sweet of you. Thank you for the super chat. Enjoy the rest of your time in Calgary and best wishes for your upcoming trip. Thank you so much as always, Rahul. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm very excited for my trip. It's kind of you know, last minute rush in these last 2 weeks to get everything accomplished because I'm actually going to Cranbrook, BC later this week with a friend. We've been meaning to do a road trip together, so her and I are going to be going there later this week, and then the next weekend after that, me and my mom are doing a quick little weekend getaway to Kananaskis, which will be really nice. So I still technically have 2 trips before I leave on my big trip, and then I got a lot of work and prep I have to do before then as well. But I think I should be all good with getting everything in line before I go. But one thing I will say about my trip is that it's a long way. It's a long way to get to where I'm going. So yeah, it's gonna be very exhausting by the time I get there. And yes, it is a secret, Ukraine dude. I have an announcement video that's coming out on Saturday, so I think I am just going to save the announcement until then. All right, Catalin, you keep asking the same question 1,000,001 different times, so if you could please not do that, I will answer it finally. What would you choose, living a normal life with your parents and husband, or immortality alone? First of all, I'm not married, but of course I would rather have a human life with the people I love than live forever by myself. I think that's kind of a no-brainer. Thank you once again to Sheets of Metal. I speak Pidgin English. Did you get your equipment back from your Brazil trip? What do you mean my equipment back? I don't think I lost anything in Brazil with my equipment, so it's all good. Oh yeah, I guess I should be showing the bridge here, guys. So yeah, we are just coming up to the edge of downtown on 10th Street, and we're actually going to take a left here, because if you want to go into downtown, that's more this way to the right. We will make our way through it eventually, but I'm actually going to take you guys through some areas that I haven't before in former live streams. So we'll go down here. One thing that's really nice about Calgary is that it has so many like great long paths to go running or biking in. So even though I would say that overall it's not a super, you know, walkable city, and the public transit doesn't really cover everywhere quickly, like the buses here, sometimes you have to wait like, you know, 30 minutes for a bus, which to be honest isn't great. But in some of these areas, like especially here in downtown, like this is amazing to have bike paths and walking paths like this that are interrupted away from the traffic is just fantastic. Aw, my friend Alex from Reportify Media is here. Thank you so much for coming out, Alex. Alex is in Chongqing, China right now. So what time would it even be there right now? Alex, what time is it there? I don't know how many hours you guys are ahead of us, but hello. Okay, I can take off my glasses now. I can actually see. Frederick has a good question. Do you do all of your trip planning and video productions as a solo effort? It seems logistically challenging and time consuming, though you certainly are capable enough for sure. Well, thank you, Frederick. Yes, it is time consuming. You hit the nail on the head where, yeah, I am a one-person show. The very odd time, maybe like once every 2 or 3 months, if I'm really bogged down with stuff, I'll have my cousin Misha in Ukraine edit a video for me or two. But outside of that, yeah, I basically do everything myself, from the planning, the filming, the editing, working with brands, you know, keeping up a Patreon and doing this live streaming, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I do it all myself. And the part that, yeah, sometimes I don't realize how much time it does take is the planning. Because, you know, a lot of people before they go to a country, they'll spend months just planning the trip. And to be honest, like, I've just had so much back end stuff that I've been catching up on, that even though I have some ideas of what I'm going to do in my new country, I don't have much planned. I don't have much planned at all. So I'm going to prep as much as I can before I head out. But to be honest, I'm probably going to take like a whole day and just sit in my hotel room once I'm already there, and then decide where I'm going to go. So yeah, it's definitely a full-time job. I think I missed a super chat here. Oh, from Ken. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Alex says it's 9:25 in Chongqing. Wow, that is definitely a time difference. That's 14 hours, I think. Wow. Did you guys actually see that? Or is that in my imagination? Did I just swallow a bug? Yes, that's a little extra protein. Ugh, why? Okay. Live streams are live, guys. You never know what's gonna happen, that's for sure. Oh, thank you very much, Jose from Colombia. Oh boy. Thank you very much to John. Saskatchewan farm girl makes good. Well, thank you so much, John. Much appreciated. I am really glad that everybody's been saying how much they've been enjoying the Saskatchewan videos, since there isn't a lot, like there aren't a lot of videos that are on YouTube about Saskatchewan. So I'm very happy to be able to promote it as much as I can. Oh, I'm gonna get run over by a scooter. You guys know how I feel about those damn things. Oh, thank you very much, Helmer. I appreciate it. Sheets of Metal, thank you for the super chat. Will you have a Q&A on live? We want to talk to you. I mean, that's what these are. You can ask me any questions on here and I'll try and answer as much as I can. Funky Monkey asks, was the bug at least tasty? Didn't taste like much. I don't know. Everything seems to taste like chicken, right? It is what it is. Oh boy. Oh, hello to Carlos from Calgary. Very cool. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera here, guys, and show you the lovely path I'm walking on. Look at these apartment buildings. Aren't these nice? There's much taller ones in like the central downtown part of the city, but these are lovely too. What? Oh my God, Christian writes, did you see Doug Ford swallow a bee the other day? Actually, no, I think I did see a news headline about that. Oh my God, that actually sounds dangerous, especially if you had like, you know, an allergic reaction to it. Oh my God, that would be terrible. Medi asks, Alina, are you considered a non-resident of Canada for the CRA, or still a citizen but non-resident? Yeah, no, unfortunately, definitely unfortunately, at this point I don't really have an option other than to be a resident of Canada, Calgary for that matter, because I don't have residency anywhere else. And so a lot of people don't understand that you can't just be like, oh, I barely spent any time in Canada this year, I'm just not going to pay any taxes. Though actually in the States, I don't know if they have that 100K exemption, even if you don't have a residency permit somewhere else, or what it works like. But basically, from my understanding, to be legal about it is you have to be paying taxes somewhere. So because I don't have permanent residency anywhere else right now, I don't pay taxes anywhere else. I pay taxes in Canada. So for this past year, I paid 5 figures in taxes and spent barely any time here. It's very sad. So yeah, once I find a place that I actually want to get permanent residency in and see myself actually living there, I will probably do that, because you know, I don't really want to keep doing that the more money I make. But for the time being, Canada has given me, you know, a lot of opportunities, so I feel fine paying taxes for now. But if I start making over 6 figures, hell no am I gonna pay that crazy amount of taxes. Oh my goodness, I missed an enormous super chat from Jim Ross. As always, that is incredibly generous of you, Jim. Thank you very much. I'm gonna stand over here as I read it. Big cities, a lot of first responders or none. One sec. You keep teasing me with Japanese food choices in stores, while Japan stays mostly closed to foreigners. My Nihongo Benkyo is not getting much better in rural Alberta. As usual, great walk and talk with you. You're the best. Well, thank you so much, Jim. That's super kind of you. And yeah, I totally agree that when is Japan going to open? I'm so ready to go. But actually, I did look it up, and apparently it is open to tourism as long as you are on a guided tour, which in my mind, yeah, obviously I'm not going to do that. But I guess if a person was super desperate to go and didn't mind being on a tour, they are technically open as long as you're vaccinated and all that jazz, but not open yet to general tourism. So I'm probably not going to go until that happens. But thank you once again, Jim. You are so kind. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're doing great. So let's see. Here. IH guy asked, Alberta is cheaper on income tax than Ontario. It depends what tax bracket you're in. I think I was actually, when I was living in Ontario, because when I was, you know, a waitress, I really wasn't making that much. I think I was actually paying less provincial tax, like percentage wise, in Ontario than I am here in Alberta, because here in Alberta it's like a flat rate of 10% up to the $120,000 tax bracket. So everybody has to pay 10% on whatever they make. I'm just making sure I don't get run over by a train. So yeah, to be honest, actually it depends how much you make when you're choosing which province is going to be less expensive for you. All right. So here, guys, this is where the C train, this is kind of the last main stop of like the downtown area. And as you're gonna see here in a minute, or wait, no, this isn't the street. No, they go up here. Okay, yeah. This train is gonna wrap around to Sunnyside, right? I think, or no? Am I wrong, guys? Anyways, I'll let you watch the C train station, C train pass. Let's see here. Just reading your questions here. Tornado asks, Alina, does Calgary transit suck? I mean, no, it doesn't fully suck. It's great that they have a C train station, and it does go to a lot of, you know, different places in the city. It's not a small line either, so it's pretty good. It's just Calgary is a very, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it stretches out a very long ways, and there's a lot of districts that aren't covered by the C train. It's only covered by buses, if that. So if you live in those areas, then yeah, then public transit would really suck. But if you are in an area that's right near a station, or, you know, have a bus that goes directly to where you need to go and you can kind of line up the time right, then it's great. So I think it's all relative, but it's definitely not enough that if you came here as a tourist and weren't staying like right downtown, it would be very difficult for you to get around. Like you'd have to get Ubers and taxis or whatever, and that would be quite expensive. So, or I mean, obviously you could rent a car. So you can't, you know, go anywhere with the C train. Let's see here. Reading your questions. Ukraine dude says Calgary looks lovely. It is lovely. Like, I love buildings like this. If I like, technically, you know, guys, I'm looking for properties worldwide. These are the kind of things I like. I like big, beautiful, new apartments with a balcony, amazing view, high up, really modern amenities, has a pool, has a gym, has like, you know, a party room or whatever. That's the kind of real estate that I'm interested in. I'm really not like a buy a house kind of person. Like a house, at least for this point in my life, like that's a huge undertaking, you know, that's a lot of stuff to be responsible for. And I personally don't need like a crazy amount of space. Like I want a spacious, you know, probably 2-bedroom apartment, but I don't really need more than that. People that want like a mansion, for me, I'm like, why? You know, I'm not gonna make use of all of those rooms. There's really no point me spending so much money for something that big. I prefer to have something I really like with lots of amenities. Also like an apartment manager on call that I can call if something breaks. I'd much prefer that than a house where you're basically responsible for everything and it's a huge amount of area to keep track of. Just my opinion. Oh, I think I missed a super chat from a very lovely lady. Thank you so much. To Brianna, hope you're doing good, girl. You look great, Alina. Glad you are sharing such wonderful places on your side of the world. Thank you so much, Brianna. It is my pleasure. And yeah, it's been so nice to be back in Canada for, I think it's almost been 3 months. Like I've been here quite a while. Even though I have been traveling around Canada, I definitely haven't been just sitting in one place. But it's just been nice to be back in a place where I can speak English, I can understand everything, where sure, there's, you know, sketchy areas in Canada as well, but more or less it's like quite a safe place. I can walk around wherever I want, any time of day, so it's been really nice to be back. So thank you for the super chat, lovely. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna cross the street. So right now we are on 11th Street West, Southwest, and Calgary's grid system is basically avenues, as you can see, go horizontal, and then streets go this way. So you got to be really careful if somebody says like 11th Street, not 11th Avenue, because those are two very different things that you got to keep track of. I guess it's like that in New York, isn't it? I think New York has the same sort of system. You can actually see the little Calgary Tower right there. You guys see it? So cute. Yeah, these are really nice. Not really in the area that I would personally want to live, because there's not a lot right around this corner, but if they build more around this area, that is a prime place to live. Hi. All right, let's just get across here, guys. Oh, I see a super chat that I missed. Always let me know, guys. If I ever miss a super chat, please let me know. Thank you so much to Steve for the very cute super sticker and donation. Thank you, Steve. Hope you're doing great. I'm having to look down because there's train tracks and I don't want to trip. We got 270 people here on the live stream already. Amazing. Let me flip the camera here. All right.
Ford is right here.
Let's see here.
We're down there.
All right, we're gonna keep on going straight.
I don't remember seeing co-op.
Benita's boy asks Alina, do you plan on staying in Calgary?
That was disgusting.
Well, I mean, I'm not staying in Calgary. I'm leaving in 2 weeks. But I'll definitely be back. Like, obviously, I'm always going to come back here because my mom lives here. And for the time being, this is technically my, you know, Canadian address. I am an Alberta resident, so I will obviously come back here. But, you know, like I said, I am kind of window shopping when I'm traveling to other countries and possibly, you know, considering what would real estate be like there, would I want to live there, how would I set up my business there, what are the taxes. And right now, like, there's a few places that kind of interest me, but right now, nothing I've seen so far has been an absolute yes. So hopefully this year or next year, hopefully I will find something that really suits me. And I just want to make a mark of realizing, you know, just how lucky I am to even have that kind of opportunity and to have Canadian citizenship. I definitely never want to take away from how lucky I am to be a Canadian citizen and resident. That is an insanely lucky card to have in your hand. So I would be, you know, very happy continuing to live in Canada. But the way that I'm kind of addressing this is that if I'm not really spending much time here, you know, if I'm only here like a few months of the year, I don't want to be paying 30% taxes. I don't think that's fair. If I'm not using like literally anything towards the taxes that I'm paying. If Canada had a rule that you could remain like a Canadian, you know, tax resident but pay way less because you're not actually here for most of the year, I would 100% do that. Like if I had a flat rate of 10% of my income or less, I would 100% stay, you know, in Canada and keep paying that rate. But if I start making like really good money in my business and they write me like a $40,000 tax bill and I'm barely here, like, I'm sorry, that's like throwing money out the window when I could easily be in a place like even, you know, Georgia has like 1% taxes if you're online, and then there's, you know, even places where you can pay 0 taxes. So if you can work online, unless you have a really good reason to be in Canada specifically, you are just giving the government so much money. And I don't personally want to do that if I'm not actually here. So that is my thoughts on that. And no, I am not a dual citizen anywhere. Ukraine does not legally allow dual citizenship, even though so many people have it. And I could walk into a passport office in Ukraine, show my birth certificate, and they would probably give me a passport, and I probably could use it. But it's a little murky how the tax residency would work. So even though Ukraine is an option for me, I haven't really considered it for that option, and obviously the war is going on, so I am not a dual resident anywhere. Sheets of Metal, thank you for the super chat. What is the craziest exotic food you've eaten? I mean, that's not really my thing. I know some people like will eat bugs and like, I don't know, intestines or something, but I'm not really into that kind of stuff. Like, I'll try, you know, different foods, like a national cuisine of a place, but if it's something like really far out, like, you know, a brain or something like that, that's not for me. I've eaten some pretty weird stuff in Japan, I guess. One of the things that was strangely, like, really disgusting that they fed to me and didn't tell me what it was chicken cartilage. I couldn't tell just by looking at it what it was. It looked kind of normal. And then as soon as I bit into it, it was like all rubbery and just had a terrible, terrible taste. So yeah, that's probably up there of some of the weirdest things I've ever eaten. Dr. Detroit asks, do you see any homelessness in Calgary? Yes, definitely there is some homelessness, especially actually in downtown. I think in some of the last live streams that I've done, I assume probably there were some homeless people that were in the streams, because that is, thank you, that is usually where they hang out as far as I know. But I would say on a whole, you know, per capita as well, just from the way, you know, I see the city, it's considerably less than Vancouver for sure, and quite a bit less than Toronto. I hear Edmonton has some issues. I hear there's some, like, you know, areas of Edmonton that you definitely don't want to be hanging out in, especially downtown. But yeah, see, as you can see right in front of me or whatever, it's like, of course there is some, but it's not that much, which I guess is a good thing, because everybody deserves, you know, a place to feel safe and have, you know, their own place. So it's not as big of a problem here as other parts of Canada. There we go. And yeah, Calgary looks spotless. It is a very, very clean city, actually. Oh, that's cool. Julio says, hi Alina, I enjoy watching your videos about cities in Saskatchewan. I'm from Brazil and I'm moving to Yorkton next month. Have you been there? Oh, that's so cool. Big congratulations. And yeah, I think when I was a kid, I went to Yorkton, but only like, you know, very, very briefly. So I can't personally really tell you anything about it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just a nice little city, and I hope you really like it there. There's a lot of, you know, smaller centers that definitely don't get talked about that much, so I'm sure Yorkton is probably one of them. So can anybody guess which street I am making my way towards that has been here before? It's one of the most famous streets in Calgary, and I haven't yet shown it on a live stream, so that's why I thought that this would be the time to do it. And also it's going to be much more lively on a Saturday night. It's not Stephen Avenue. Ooh, poutine. The proof is in the poutine. Love that. For anybody who doesn't know what poutine is, it is a very Canadian dish. I think it was invented in Montreal, where it is fries, a very specific kind of cheese, like cheese curds, and then topped with gravy. And the hot gravy makes like the cheese all melty all over the fries. It is delicious. If you haven't tried it, make sure you do, especially obviously if you're in Canada. I think we do it better than anybody else. So yeah, that's what that was about. And yes, many of you have guessed where I'm going next, which is 17th Avenue, which is kind of the like, well, kind of party district or whatever, like place with like lots of really good restaurants, lots of good patios, especially on the summer. It's a really fun place to go. So we are almost there. Just gonna flip the camera. Let's see here. Yeah, cute cafe. And yeah, just in front of us here is 17th Avenue. And yeah, 17th Ave isn't that far of a walk from like the central part of downtown. So I feel like if really good restaurants and like kind of a, you know, bar and club scene was your sort of thing, then living near 17th Ave would definitely be the way to go. There's so many cool things off of 17th Ave. But first, let's actually take a little walk through here to this really cute park. I actually didn't walk down here last time I was here. How nice. Very bright out though. Don't want to blind you guys and I don't want to blind myself. Let's get in the shade here. There we go, finally. Oh yeah, this is so cute. Yeah, honestly, like Calgary is like such an impressive city in many ways because it has changed so much in this last decade. They have just added so many, you know, beautiful developments all over the city, especially in the central downtown part of the city. It's actually very clean. Overall, I'd say it's quite safe. Like, sure, you know, maybe at night walking around downtown. Yeah. You know, maybe you don't want to be walking around downtown by yourself at like 3 a.m. or something. Not that I have, I don't know. But overall, I'd say that it's a very safe city, very family friendly, very multicultural, has a lot to see and do. And obviously just outside of the city, there's so much beautiful nature. Like, you are right in the heart of the Rocky Mountains. There's so many beautiful lakes. So I'm honestly just like shocked that so many people are just dying to move to Vancouver and Toronto, which are great cities. I still stand by the fact that Toronto is, I think, the best city in Canada. But for the price, especially if you have like a bigger family and need a bigger place, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. Did I miss? One sec, guys. Let me just take a look here. That I missed something. No, we're good. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is 11th. What is this dude doing? All right, all right. I'm gonna sneak across the street. The other thing that irked me about living in Ontario. You know how annoying it is that basically the LCBO, which is this big conglomerate that basically like is the only place that's officially allowed to sell liquor other than, I think it's called the wine shop or something. And then sometimes in Superstore they'd sell it. But like basically the LCBO was the only place that you could buy liquor in Ontario, and they would always close early. And I'd always like, you know, forget to buy whatever I wanted to buy. So at least here in the prairies is, you know, anybody can open up a liquor store basically with the right license and they can have them open 24 hours. So that is one of the benefits of living in the prairies. The LCBO hasn't gotten its dirty, filthy hands on the liquor stores here. Beautiful. Ooh, I like that mural just up front there. That is nice. Aw. Thank you so much to my lovely friend Henry for this super chat. Thank you for showing us the beautiful city of Calgary, Alina. My pleasure, Henry. I think you would like this city. I don't know if you've been here before, but it is absolutely wonderful. So thank you very much for the super chat. Hope you're doing great. Let's see here, guys. All right. Oh, you haven't been and want to visit? Yes, you absolutely should. And especially like come for a longer period of time and actually go out to Banff and like Lake Louise and Jasper even. There's a lot to see and do. Yeah, so this is 17th Street, guys. This is kind of the party street, kind of, sort of, but definitely non-stop businesses and lots of good restaurants here. So I feel like this would be a great neighborhood to live in as well, because these basically overall, I'd say that downtown is the only walkable, like fully walkable area of Calgary where you can have all the amenities you need, as well as public transit and, you know, great apartments, great places to live. I haven't been in any other districts in Calgary where I'm just like, oh yes, you know, this has everything I want right at my doorstep and I can easily walk everywhere. Overall, no. So if you're like me and are a walker, downtown, in my opinion, is kind of the only area for you. All right, we're gonna jaywalk. We're gonna jaywalk. All right. Ooh, Hanki, Korean street food. That looks really good. Midori, Japanese cafe, Chinese food. There's everything. Let's see here. And overall, you know, everybody's going to have a different experience, but I would say that Calgary is actually a very friendly city. Like, people, even though it is considered to be, you know, a bigger city, it's very down to earth, very simple, not at all pretentious. That guy might be a little bit pretentious, but overall, yeah, people are really nice, very welcoming. And like I said, it's becoming more and more, you know, different nationalities moving here. So I think it's a really great place to immigrate to as well. See here. Samuel asks, Alina, do you see yourself doing the travel thing for another year or settling down in Canada and doing something new? Dude, one sec. Do you not know my personality by this point? I would not be settling down in Canada, especially within a year. Even if I lived in Canada, I sure as hell would not just be staying here all year, especially in the winter. Like, no thank you. I have paid my dues of living in Saskatchewan for basically, I think, 16 years, like full time, in freaking minus 40 weather for 6 months. Hell to the no, do I need to ever do that again. So yeah, absolutely, I will be traveling. But eventually, yes, of course I will settle down, so to say. I absolutely want to invest in real estate, you know, hopefully get married and, you know, like have my own kind of family or whatever, but I will still be a traveler. I will not be sitting in one city, in one place for that long. That is not me. That is not what I do. So I will see how things go. I'm in no rush. And I'm really enjoying, you know, my life as it is now. Right now I'm by myself. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm gonna make the most of that situation, because I think, you know, once a person does, you know, especially have kids, I think while you can travel and, you know, do all the things I'm doing, it's just so much harder. Like, it's so much harder with children, and so much more expensive too, you know. It's so much more expensive to have children. So I'm incredibly grateful that I have such a flexible lifestyle, you could say, and basically have the world at my fingertips at this point in time. So while I'm in this stage of my life, I'm gonna enjoy it. All right, so we're switching back here and we are continuing to make our way down 17th Ave. And honestly, like, this is such a long street. I didn't even really start at the very tail end of it. It goes like a long ways down that way as well, but we're gonna obviously make our way this way because as I take you guys back into the central part of downtown, there's another area that I truly love that I didn't get to in my last live stream that I want to show you guys. So we're gonna keep making our way downtown. This is actually a really good street too. I've only gone down it a little ways, but I think this would be a great area to live in. and like some of those apartments with those huge like wraparound balconies, like what? You would have such a good view from there. And yeah, living in this area would actually be perfect because you're right close to 17th Street, and then you can just go down maybe like 3-4 blocks and be in the heart of like downtown as well. So I think this area would actually be perfect to live in as well. Oh, got another lovely super chat from Jim Ross. Thank you very much, Jim. Toronto thinks it's the center of the universe. Yes, it does. Vancouver thinks it's the coolest. Halifax is the best party town, really. But overall, Calgary's got the best of all of it. Mountains with an hour's drive and Chinooks in the winter, so it wins. Totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. There's, you know, it depends what you like at the end of the day, like what you're really looking for. But if we're taking, you know, the price of all the places you mentioned into account, I'm pretty sure that Halifax too is more expensive than Calgary, which is wild since it's definitely not that big. Yeah, I agree. Calgary's definitely, you know, wins it all in those kinds of ways. So thank you very much, Jim. Really appreciate it. Guys, there is a place I wanted to show you. Yes, right there. There it is. You see this white little building? I'm gonna try and zoom in on it. Oh, if it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. So Socality. I haven't been there yet. When I was doing my walk of this area, I just walked past and I'm like, oh, so that's where it is. But I had a meeting, so I couldn't go in. But this place is supposed to be like where all the artists and kind of social media people of the city like meet up. So obviously it's a coffee shop, anybody can go there, but apparently they have like lots of kind of like creative you know, nights, and like have a lot of people that are in that sort of industry that always hang out at that place. My friend Lane actually told me about it, so I definitely want to pop in there sometime, but I thought I'd point it out in case anybody is in this area and is looking for a cute coffee shop to go to. This is nice, actually. Look at this outdoor sort of seating. They have a very fancy, does anybody else know this furniture store? It's called West Elm. I went into one of these when I lived in Toronto, and oh my God, it's beautiful furniture, but the price is in there. Holy hell. It's like $1,000 for a chair. Very bougie, very fancy. We got a Good Life Fitness right there. Canadian Tire. And yeah, how nice is this? Lovely little seating area. All right, let's head on out. Richard asks, are you ultimately the best city living person, rural living person, or beach area living person? So you're asking me which one I'd prefer to live in? I mean, at this point in my life, a city definitely makes the most sense. Like, you know, with what I do with my business, and especially if I am, you know, flying out to other destinations a lot, I definitely need to be in a city that has a lot of direct flights for not a lot of money, because anytime you're flying out of like a smaller center like Saskatoon, for example, it's going to be substantially more, you know, to go to Europe or to Southeast Asia or something than it's going to be from Toronto or Vancouver. So at this point in my life, wherever I'm living in the world, I think I need to be like in a hub city that has lots of flights, is overall inexpensive, and is kind of in the action of it all. You know, has a lot going on, has a lot of people in creative industries. That's definitely what I'm looking for at this point in my life. But I think, you know, as I get older, and I'd like to obviously retire early, so to say, you know, just do whatever I want for fun, not have to worry about money. That's when I think I'd probably consider, yeah, maybe living beside like a beach, or, you know, living in the middle of the country. So, yeah, there's definitely many benefits in any of those three choices. But at this point in time, I think the city is for me. So let's see. All right. This is great. Ooh, we got another poutineery, guys. See? The big cheese. Very cool. Got a live burger. And this is where the patios start, guys. Look at this. This place I have been to. This place is called Porch. I went here with my friend Patrina. And obviously they're like a bar as well. Super popular. My God, is it popular tonight. But a really good Mediterranean restaurant. We had lunch here and it was super good. So yeah, this is the nice thing about 17th Ave is lots of great restaurants and bars. And here on the weekends, it is busy. Trolleys. I think they have their own brewery here as well. Wow. See, where my mom lives is a beautiful area and we're right beside a park, which also I love. You know, I love to be beside a big park, but we definitely don't have like restaurants and, you know, bars or anything like that within like walking distance, or at least a lot of them. So I actually don't go down here. Jesus. So I don't, you know, come down here a lot because, yeah, see, without my mom driving me places, it's a bit tricky for me to really get out. So I've never really seen places down here get this busy because I usually come here in the earlier part of the day. So nice to see it all happening. Just reading your comments here. I think I saw a comment here that I wanted to answer. Tornado asks, when walking down a street in any city around the world, where is the scariest and what is the safest you felt? It's a difficult question. Very good question. I mean, off the top of my head, because obviously if I like stood and sat and thought about this for quite a while, I'd maybe come up with some other answers. But I mean, obviously I feel super safe here in Calgary. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Okay, yeah, no, the safest place I've definitely felt is 100% Tokyo, like Japan in general. I've walked by myself at literally all hours of the night, lone streets, busy streets, everything. Oh my God, look at this, guys. We've got a bachelorette party. Amazing. Amazing. Had to show you that, guys. Do you guys have bachelorette and like bachelor parties in the countries that you're from? Comment down below. But as I was saying, yeah, I've like walked around Tokyo at all hours of the night by myself. Never any kind of issues. Feel so safe there. But for where I have felt the unsafest, I mean, obviously after almost getting robbed in Colombia, I mean, that obviously puts a taint on it. And I will say that, yeah, you gotta be careful basically in any major city in Colombia. So I was always quite apprehensive, especially after I almost did get robbed. I was very on edge walking around the cities there. In Rio, definitely felt on edge sometimes. When I accidentally walked into Tepito in Mexico City, that area and the black market area by accident, definitely felt on edge there. Hastings Street in Vancouver, 100% felt on edge there. What else? Let me think. I mean, those are probably the main ones. I don't think there's really been anywhere in Eastern Europe where I've been like, oh my God, you know, like I gotta really watch myself or something. I've never felt that way there. And then, you know, in Thailand, Kazakhstan, Nepal, India, I guess India, there was some places where I felt, you know, a little bit scared, but overall it actually wasn't that bad. So yeah, I guess those are my choices for now. Oh, this place is super good, guys. Amato Gelato Cafe and Bar, also really busy tonight. Really good ice cream here. And they have a lovely little patio. Oh, I missed a super chat from the lovely SFC Paul. Paul, thank you for coming out as always. Alina, my friend, good to see you again live from Calgary. Would love to visit this city in Canada. Thank you so much, Paul, and I hope you do. Definitely worth coming to. It is fantastic, so thank you for coming out. Just gonna read your comments here, guys. So 17th Ave does keep going, so you could keep on going. There's still more restaurants, there's still more bars, but we are going to turn on, I think this is 5th, yeah, this is 5th Street West, and we are going to make our way into the more central part of downtown. Take you guys through that, because I'm sure there's some people, you know, who are on my live stream of Calgary maybe for the first time, and you know, I figured I can't do a live stream of Calgary downtown and not go past the tower, not go past, you know, the main street. So we're gonna get just a little bit of downtown before we head into the area that I haven't really shown in my live streams here before, that I put on my list as well. So that is that. Jeff Hovey asks, Alina, are there helmet laws for motorcycles? Yes, 100%. If you're riding a motorbike, you need to be wearing a helmet legally. But if you're just riding a regular bike, I don't think it's like compulsory, from my knowledge. So yeah, this is a nice area as well. Basically anywhere in between, you know, the central part of downtown and 17th Ave, I think would be great areas to consider, you know, living in, or if you're in Calgary and want to get an Airbnb, like look for something in these areas, because it's going to be much easier for you to be able to walk around the city or use public transit and not have to, you know, spend so much money on taxis or Ubers and stuff. Because if you get something in the frickin' boonies, like, it's going to be an arm and a leg to get anywhere. My mom and I were actually at the airport today, and she said that, you know, when she came to visit me in Brazil earlier this year, she caught, you know, a taxi to the airport. And I was like, oh, how much was that? And she said $60. I was like, oh my God, $60 for, like, from her place, it's probably about a 25-minute ride, which is, you know, probably an average sort of price anywhere in North America, but that is so expensive. Like, imagine paying that one way from your place to the airport. That's ridiculous. So that's what it is. Brett says, Alina, the area you are now entering is called the Beltline. Interesting. I'm just gonna stop for a minute here, guys. Yeah, I did know actually there is an area called the Beltline. I didn't know that it was this street that was referred to as it. That's cool. I lost the comment, but I saw some kind of, oh yeah, Benitza Boy asks, Alina, is your dad Irish? No, he's not Irish, but he has a heritage of being Scottish, where the MacLeod comes from. But, you know, it's what, at least 3 generations back of the relatives that actually were in Scotland. He's never been to Scotland. He's not, you know, particularly proud to be Scottish, so he is, but in a way he isn't. He's very much Canadian. These apartments are nice in my opinion, especially the taller one. And I love how many people bike here. I always love when people choose to bike instead of drive, if it's possible, of course.
Like we can, and then worst case stop.
Henry asks, do you know how much these apartments cost? I had kind of touched on that in the beginning of the video, but yeah, for anybody tuning in, from what I've seen as a general sort of guideline online, one sec, let these guys pass. So obviously the highest prices in the city, well actually I don't know, maybe there are some other areas where a 1-bedroom would cost more, but definitely downtown is going to have higher prices for 1-bedroom apartments compared to, you know, the boonies or the suburbs. But more or less, a new build, a nice spacious 1-bedroom apartment, you could easily get for like 1,500 Canadian dollars, sometimes even less if it's like an older building. So in US dollars, that's probably 1,200, which is wild. Like, it's just absolutely wild that you know, it's that kind of price for a downtown location, like a nice downtown location. Because like I said, even though there are, you know, some sketchy things that probably happen in Calgary downtown, I still think, well, it's for sure, I think, safer than Vancouver downtown, depending on the area. Toronto, when I used to live there, I found it to be overall very safe. But now, to be honest, with everything that COVID has done to it, I think Toronto has actually become a bit sketchier. So I think on a whole, Calgary downtown is quite safe. So, in my opinion, definitely worth the amount of money that they're charging. All right, let's get across the street here. Show you guys this part of the street. Huh. Damn it, Greggy says Quebec is safe as F. I haven't been to Quebec that much. I went to Montreal for all of 4 or 5 days. Enjoyed it. It was nice. But I haven't been anywhere else in Quebec, so I can't really speak on what it's like there. I couldn't live in Quebec, obviously. It's mainly only in Montreal where maybe it's about like 50-50 speaking English and the other half speaking French, but basically anywhere else in Quebec, you more or less need to know French, and I could not survive. My hands are getting sweaty, guys. Even though it's like much cooler in the day now than it was a few hours ago, it is still actually quite hot out. I'm really grateful that I wore a nice linen shirt for today's live stream. This guy letting me pass. Oh, we have over 300 people here in the live stream. Amazing. Welcome, everybody. Just gonna give you a view of this side. See, this is 11th Ave. We were on 11th Street before, and this is 11th Ave. So, quite different. Advisorit asks, are there any bike lanes in downtown Calgary? So kind of. That right there obviously is a bike lane. So there are some on specific streets, but not everywhere. I haven't biked in downtown Calgary yet, but yeah, on certain streets absolutely there is, and down by the river there is, which is great. but depending on what area of downtown you needed to get to, I think you'd still have to be, you know, with the main traffic, which, yeah, might be a little bit scary if you're not used to that. Lots of people actually get around on those damn scooter things, because those you can actually, oh, let me try and get across here. Those scooters you can kind of catch, thank you. You can kind of catch them at different points of the city and then leave them at different parts. So that's actually better than a bike that you have to lock up everywhere. So yeah, now we're getting into downtown, as you can see by the very tall buildings. All right, onwards and upwards, my friends. We're actually going this way, so let's go across the street. Whew. Have I spent any winters in Calgary? Yes, I have. Almost all the last visits that I've made to visit my parents in the last few years, who are both in Alberta and Saskatchewan, have been in the winters. And while I do love, you know, celebrating either Christmas or birthdays, my mom's birthday is in January, mine's in February, my dad's is in April. While I love celebrating those important dates together, it sucks if we're doing it in like super cold weather. So that's why I'm trying to convince my parents to like start meeting me in the winters in really nice warm areas. That would be a very nice change instead of me coming down here when it's winter. I'd much prefer to come here in the summers. Did I pronounce that weird? Oh boy. All right. Gold buildings. Doran asks, have you climbed the tower in Calgary? Do you want to film from there? So the last time that I was on the Calgary tower, gosh, was probably my band trip when I was in grade 8. And we came here when I was like 13 or 14, and we went up to the Calgary tower. I haven't been there since. And to be honest, even though it's definitely worth doing if you come here and, you know, want to see a great view of the city, totally worth it. Totally, you know, go do it. But it's actually not at all the tallest building in downtown Calgary anymore. Some of these like big business buildings are much taller. Oh, you can actually see the Calgary tower right there peeking through. So they're actually much taller than the tower. So I think there are some that actually do have like a viewing, you know, floor in those big tall buildings. So I would actually check first if any of those will let you go up there either for free or for a small fee, because I think to go up the Calgary tower it's like $30-40 or something, and it's not even the tallest thing in the city. So use your own judgment about that. Yeah, Nick says go to the Edison building, better view and it's free. Perfect, thank you for that. Whew. We've been going for almost an hour and a half, guys, and we're not even like close to done actually. Maybe I did overestimate. I mean underestimate. I underestimated how long this would all take me. We'll see how we do, because I still have to get home tonight, and I actually have to get home myself. My mom actually has plans tonight, so I told her I'm gonna take the C train and then the bus home. So I don't want to be getting back too late, but let's keep on going. I do still have things I want to show you guys. If you've watched my past live streams of Calgary, you'll probably remember some of these areas that we're gonna walk through, which we should be coming up to Stephen Avenue down here fairly soon. So let's see. Oh, one sec, guys. Just have to adjust something. All right, perfect. Yes, I think I'm definitely going to do 20,000 steps today. I think for sure I actually already have, because this morning it was like a beautiful morning and I felt like going for a run, and I was like, oh, should I? Like, I'm gonna walk, you know, probably 2 hours tonight. I don't want to be like, you know, overdoing it or something, but I just felt like going for a run. So I think my run was at least 15 kilometers. I went for like an hour and a half. So that itself could be 20,000 steps. And then this, I don't know, maybe could be 20,000 steps combined with all the other walking me and my mom did today. So we'll see. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll post my step count tonight, because it could very well be 40,000 today, which would be wild. Got a cute little, I think this is like tapas or something, Spanish tapas. Very cute. We've got the fancy department store, Canadian department store, Holt Renfrew over there. One of my favorite places. Why's my gimbal being weird? Please don't die on me. Oh, I missed a super chat from my lovely friend Michael. One sec. I'm just gonna get to the other side of the street before reading it here. Thank you so much, Michael, as always. Keep it going, Alina. Alona and I are enjoying a great deal. Aw, thank you so much, Michael. Big hello to Alona. I hope you're doing good. You guys are so kind to me. Thank you so much for all of your support. I'm glad you're enjoying the live stream. So, yeah, the mall is obviously closed now and stuff, but Stephen Avenue, I think, is probably the busiest area of central downtown Calgary. You know, basically after 5 p.m. on any day of the week, because it definitely gets a lot quieter after all the people who work in these big office buildings go home. So if any place is going to be busy in downtown, it's going to be Stephen Avenue. Or, as we saw before, probably the majority of people are going to go to 17th Ave. I love these little pillar things too. So nice. Oh, look at that, guys. We got coppers and they're wearing cowboy hats. Can you see? Can I zoom in? Yes. Yes, queen, work it. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. I love that. I absolutely love that. In your country, does the police wear cowboy hats? Comment down below. We got Cactus Club, the go-to. Oh, Ukraine dude asked a good question. How are you liking your new phone? I can see the quality is so much better for streaming. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I was wondering that too, because on my end it actually does look better, but I actually couldn't, you know, remember for sure how it compares to my iPhone 11. Just a few days ago, I got the iPhone 13 Pro, which, to be honest, cost so much money. Still deciding, you know, whether I would get the Pro version, you know, with iPhones going forward. But so far I am really enjoying it, because my other phone was basically on its last leg. Like, if we're being honest, I had smashed the back. I've had it for 2.5 years. I'm using it for work every day, so the battery wasn't great too. So what the hell? The girl asked them to take a picture. That's cute. That's so cute.
Those boxes.
That's cute. Yeah, so my iPhone 11 was like getting to be on its last leg. Like it still worked, but I'd have to charge it like multiple times during the day, and I couldn't get just the battery changed because the whole back glass was smashed up. So long story short, I had to get a new phone. And even though the 14 is coming out soon, I'm going to be in a country where they don't have official Apple stores for quite a while, and I don't know, what the 14 is going to be like. So I just figured, while I'm here in Canada, in Alberta with lower taxes, I may as well, just go for it while I'm here. So I am loving it, so thank you for noticing. I wonder if they call the police partner. Yeah, I don't know. Some would probably not mind, but some might mind. I don't know. All right, let's get across the street here. And yes, this is Stephen Avenue. For anybody just tuning in now, this is the pedestrian street in downtown Calgary. There's a lot of different restaurants and bars, and during Stampede there's literally hay bales on this street, which I think you guys probably saw in the last live stream that I did. So definitely a fun part of the city. Unicorn Super Pub. What is that about? Wow, we have officially been walking for an hour and a half, guys. It's gonna be a long one today. But see, that's the nice thing about me having this new phone, is that for sure my 11 would be like on its last leg of battery life, even if I fully charged it before I started my live stream. So it's going to be interesting to see once I finish this live stream how much battery life I have left. Because yeah, 100% my older phone would be telling me I got 10% left by this point. One sec. Oh yes, I do see a super chat. Thank you so much to Tom for the super chat. Calgary vlog is great, like the Stampede vlog as well. Happy and safe travels, God bless. Thank you so much, Tom. That is very sweet of you. Glad you liked the Stampede video as well. That was lots of fun. That was my first Stampede. Never been to the Calgary Stampede before, but now I have a cowboy hat. I still have my lovely white cowboy hat that I bought there, so I'm ready for next year or the year after that. Let's see here. So, oh, it's not this street. It's the next block where I can give you guys a nice view. My words are going. View of the Calgary Tower. That's a really lovely hotel that I actually might be staying at on Monday, guys. My friend, who's a YouTuber, Patrina, is doing a collab with the Palliser here in downtown Calgary, and she's invited me along. I don't have all the details yet, but I might be staying in this beautiful hotel for one night, so I'm very excited. So follow me on Instagram at Alina McLeod. Just gonna shout out myself if you guys want to see scenes of that, because I'm not going to be filming a video about it. I'm going to be doing Instagram content, so that's definitely one of the best hotels in downtown Calgary. Oh, nice 50th birthday. Very nice. I love when so many people are out and a boat, as we say in Canada. It's really nice when things have gone back to normal after COVID lockdowns and everybody just staying indoors. It's really nice to see people enjoying themselves out here in the summertime. Doran asks, do you have a favorite place? Do you mean favorite place in Calgary? I'm gonna assume that's what you meant. I mean, downtown probably is my favorite. Like, I do think that this is kind of the easiest place to walk around in and see and do a lot. And as you guys will see towards the place that I'm taking you to, there are a lot of really beautiful parks as well. So those two things are super important to me, is kind of the busy downtown city life and then having like a really nice park in the area to get out in nature. So Calgary's downtown definitely has that. So I really do like this area probably the best. This is supposed to be a really good pizza place. Annabelle's Kitchen. Everybody having drinks on the patio. Oh, we got marriage. Cute. Nice. Oh yeah, there's a whole wedding party out here. Nice. I was like, everybody's dressed really well. Because here's the thing, guys. I will say, as a Canadian, so, you know, I'm speaking about myself as well. I'm not exempt. Overall, people don't dress that fancy here. Like, we go out in, you know, like sweatpants. Some people literally their pajama pants. You know, this is not Eastern Europe where especially younger people tend to like dress to the nines. Yeah, Canadians are very casual dressers. So whenever I see a group of people that are like really fancy dressed, I'm like, why? Why are you guys all dressed up? Where are you going? So obviously, yeah, wedding makes sense. So here we are, the big, beautiful, kind of big, Calgary Tower. Gorgeous. Very nice. Yeah, if you've never been to Calgary, if you want a nice view, I think they do have a restaurant up there as well. I don't know if it turns like the one at the CN Tower in Toronto, but I think their restaurant is supposed to be very good as well, so definitely worth checking out. And yeah, this is where we came from here in downtown, Stephen Avenue. Oh, I really like this building. This building's very different. Really like it as well. So we're gonna continue on here. Oh, Doran says entrance to the tower is $19. That's not bad at all. Frickin' CN Tower last time I checked was like 50 or 60. Obscene. 100% not worth $50 or $60 unless you are literally like a millionaire and money is nothing to you. 100% is not worth $60 to go up the CN Tower. Just being real with you guys. I went up there when I was younger and it was far less back then, you know, comparatively. Now it's just ridiculous. I would not pay $60 to go up the CN Tower. Hell no. What is a fire truck doing down here? Doesn't look like there's an emergency. Why are you down here, buddy? So this is the Calgary Convention Center. I can't say I've been inside of it at all, but probably a popular place for people to go that are here on business. We've got the Glenbow Museum, probably one of the most famous museums in Calgary. All right. Oh, I'm not gonna make it across the street, damn it. Damn it. Got the Arts Commons building. We've got the Jack Singer concert hall right in front of us. We got Teatro, which is supposed to be like a really popular restaurant, especially before some of the kind of, I usually think it's actually like theater that's down here or whatever, like acting theater or whatever. Usually lots of people go to this restaurant before the shows. So yeah, this is coming right up to Olympic Plaza. There we are. Is it gonna be green? No. All right, there we go. There we go, guys. Where's that music coming from? Sounds like it's coming from inside of the building, but why is it so loud out here? I don't know. Oh no, maybe it's over here. Yes, oh my gosh, okay, we gotta go check it out. This is a statue towards women's suffrage, the women's rights movement. Lovely. I'm 99% certain that's Spanish, right? Lovely. Those kids in the water was literally me when I was a kid. I would literally go swimming in every fountain. Love that. So awesome. Franco Festival, Calgary. Huh. Very nice. Bravo, bravo. Very nice. And yeah, you can get a nice view of the Calgary Tower as well. As I mentioned before, this area is called the Olympic Plaza, popular meeting place in downtown Calgary. So let's head on out this way. Benitza Boy asks, Alina, have you been to beautiful Cuba? Yes, I have. Good question, because I think Cuba was the first official country other than Canada that I kind of like, you know, travel vlogged. It was the first trip that I did by myself in a very long time that wasn't for like, you know, work in Tokyo or something. I went for 2 weeks by myself. I went to Veradero, Havana, Trinidad, and Santa Clara. And what was cool is that instead of staying at, you know, big all-inclusive hotels or like any kind of hotels, I stayed at, what is the name for the homestays that they had there? Can anybody jog my memory? What is the name of like when you do a homestay in Cuba where, yeah, I like, no, that wasn't it. Maybe somebody will mention it in the comments, but yeah, I basically like reached out. I don't even actually know how I found people, because this was also, yeah, this was, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. But the video is still on there. If you guys go way back to the beginning of my channel, you will find my one video from Cuba. Casa Particular, that's what it is. Thank you, John. Yeah, so if you go way back in my channel, you will see my vlog of Cuba. Had an amazing time. But yeah, this was like back in the day, you know, before like, you know, phones working everywhere and stuff. So I had a real hard time, you know, figuring out where everything was. You couldn't call people easily. I literally was just like asking random people on the street for directions and just trying to find like people's houses that I was staying at. But honestly, it was such a great experience. I had such nice hosts. I definitely had like a very local experience, and like they would also cook for you too, in the homestays and stuff. And I just had a really great time in Cuba. So I would 100% go back, and I would recommend it to you guys as well. So I want to just show you here the C train station. This is the City Hall C train station, one of the main ones. But we are going to keep going past it. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Jeremy, thank you very much for the super chat. Have you ever done any train traveling on Via before? Yes, but not much. I think the only official Via Rail, oh my God, children, Jesus. The only Via Rail trip that I've done was Toronto to Niagara Falls, which was like an hour. So yeah, I wouldn't really consider that extensive, but I mean, it was fun. It was a good trip. But yeah, I definitely would love to do more train travel in Canada. But to be honest, it's quite expensive. A lot of times it's less expensive to fly, and you also get there faster. So it would only be for the reason of being scenic. In BC and Alberta here too, I think it's called the Rocky Mountaineer train ride. That's supposed to be the most scenic train ride in Canada, but it's ridiculously expensive. So I'd love to do it, but yeah, need to either get a sponsorship or start making a lot more money. So we'll see. So yes, as Brett mentioned in the comments here, this is the beautiful new Central Library here in Calgary. It is stunning. Probably, honestly, my favorite building in the whole city. They did such a good job with this building. It is spectacular. And the fact that, you know, because it's spent with tax dollars, everybody can use it. Like, I think that's just such a great thing. And I was actually shooting in here some brand content just a few days ago. Absolutely beautiful. All right, can anybody guess where I'm taking you? This live stream that is definitely taking much longer than I first anticipated, but I think it will be worth it, because the place that I'm going to show you, I was about to show you on Canada Day. Was anybody with me on that day that I live streamed? And my battery was about to die. It almost started raining, so we weren't able to do it. So I figured that today, for my last live stream in Canada for a while, I wanted to at least end up there for the night. Yes, that would be my opinion as well. Bill Chow commented, Cuba is nice, it's cheap and safe, safer than Colombia and Mexico. Overall, from my first impressions, I totally would agree with you. Like, this was probably when I was much more, you know, naive about travel, as I went to Cuba and didn't even like didn't even honestly think about safety. I was just walking by myself wherever. And thankfully, you know, obviously nothing happened. But, you know, I just got that sense too, because I remember when I was younger and I have walked into dangerous areas and you can just feel it, you know, you can just feel like, you know, something's off. So overall, when I was in Cuba, I felt very safe there. So not saying that shady stuff doesn't happen there as well, but I think it is a fair comparison to say it's for sure less dangerous than Colombia, and it's probably also more safe than Mexico on a whole as well. Doesn't have the cartel problem, obviously, quite as much. All right. But having said that, the issue, of course, with Cuba is that because there were sanctions on it for so many years, and just because of how the government actually runs the country, it is much more difficult to actually, you know, buy things or have kind of the level of service that you'd expect in like fancy hotels there, just because it is very difficult to import things there. And just with their economy right now, it's just not as fancy as what you would probably find in really like high-end stuff in Colombia and Mexico. So if you wanted like a really fancy vacation and be able to buy whatever you want in the stores, you're not going to get that experience in Cuba. It's actually, you know, I feel bad for them of how difficult it is to just get basic things there. So that's kind of one of the trade-offs. How beautiful. So guys, this neighborhood would also be on my list. I think this is just called East Village. Am I correct in saying that? If I'm not, please let me know in the comments. This is another neighborhood that I think is fantastic. This has more or less been built up in like the last 5 years. This was not that nice. I remember when I first started visiting my mom here in Calgary, this was not all built up like it is now. So I'm sure it's going to keep expanding even more. But I think there's just so many beautiful apartment buildings in this area. There's actually lots of great businesses down here as well. Very close, you know, walking distance to everything. And the best part about it is where we are heading to right now, which is this gorgeous park. And there's a literal island as well, which is where I am taking you guys. So that is my other suggestion for anybody who's either looking to stay in Calgary in like an apartment building, or even there's a hotel here. I think there's an alt hotel or something. This is also a fantastic area to spend a lot of time in. William asks, how does Calgary have sunlight at 11 p.m.? Yeah, I know, it is crazy actually how light it is this late. Thank you. I mean, the sun has actually been setting earlier than it did when I first got here. When I first got here, it was like 11:30 before it set. Now I think it's more or less setting by 10 p.m., which is still obviously quite late. But I think it's like 9:30 right now at the latest, maybe. Maybe not even that. Maybe it's not even 9 yet. So yeah, it's probably going to still be up to an hour before the sun officially sets. Oh, wow. Thank you once again for the super chat, Jeremy. He said you would need about 2,300 to travel on Via. I just checked Google. Do you mean the Rocky Mountaineer train ride? Because see, what's crazy about the Rocky Mountaineer, from what a friend told me about it anyway.
I know you are a YouTuber.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. From Ukraine.
Yeah, from Ukraine, yeah. Русский. Да, да. Ну, как вас зовут? Николай? Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, thank you so much. Alina. Alina, it's all good,
I
yeah.
have a father.
Yeah, Gordon.
Father, he's from Saskatoon.
Yeah, I grew up in Saskatchewan, but my mom is here in Calgary, so spending some time here. Yeah. Small world, right? Yeah. Все доброго, до свидания. Oh, that's lovely. So cute. So nice. It's actually only been in the last couple of years where people in Canada have recognized me. Before, literally, I was having people recognize me in the most like random places where I would have never guessed I really had viewers. Like I think Bulgaria it was a country where I had like 4 or 5 people come up to me and I'm like, I never knew I had people from Bulgaria watching, you know, my videos before I even posted a lot on Bulgaria, and I never got anybody coming up to me in Canada. So it's only been in the last few years where thank you so much to anybody who says hello. I really appreciate it. So yeah, small world. All right, guys. Okay, yeah, so first of all, look at this cute community garden. Love that. Great playground for kids. Very fancy. So as I was replying to Jeremy's comment about the Rocky Mountaineer, so it makes a world of difference what time of year you are going on it, because if you want to go in the peak months of like when school's out, when it's summer, I think somebody was saying it was like $5,600 for like a week or something, like obscene. So let's go towards the music here first. Yeah, so obscenely expensive, but if you go in the fall, it's like half of that. So way better. Save yourself $2,000 and go in September when it's still super beautiful. How nice is this, guys? Got some people hanging out. Got a live music pavilion. Wonderful. But we are heading this way, guys. As somebody already mentioned it in the comments, we are going to St. Patrick's Island. And there is another park island that's literally, I think, less than a 30-minute walk from this one. You just keep walking beside the river and it will take you there. I think I actually mentioned it in my last live stream. But personally, I like St. Patrick's Island better than Princess Park, but both are really nice. Great area to go walking in, and you get a great view of the Calgary skyline. Oh, we got somebody here from Kelowna, another beautiful place in Canada, in southern British Columbia. That's actually an area of BC that I have not been to yet and would really love to go. Like the Okanagan area in general, I think would be really beautiful to go to in the summer. Lots to see. Medi says, Princess Island is stunning in the autumn with the fall colors. I bet. Yeah, I actually haven't been to Calgary in the fall. That's actually quite a shame because, yeah, it would be quite beautiful with the leaves changing. And fall is honestly my favorite season. So I should come here in the fall, actually. So look at this lovely bridge that we are going to cross. And that is St. Patrick's Island. Very nice. So yeah, we're gonna take a little tour of the island, friends. And then that is going to, oh, hello. So cute. So yeah, we'll probably be finishing up the live stream in the next 15 minutes or so, guys. It is getting dark. I have been going for, guys, I've been almost going for 2 hours. This actually might be up there for some of my longest live streams that I've ever done. I think still in first place is my crazy 100K Bangkok live stream. I think it's actually up to like 50 or 60,000 views, which is a lot for a live stream that I did early last year when my channel, iPhone 13 Pro, you're not as long of a battery life as I was expecting. Just got a warning that it's at 20%, so it's gonna last, but not as long as I was hoping. So yeah, we definitely got to finish things up in the next 15 minutes here, guys. All right, look at that view, absolutely stunning. I don't know what that is. Oh my God, is that people on floaties? Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. It's so fun though. Oh my God. That is so Canadian. Jesus. That is amazing. That is hilarious. Good for them. Living their best life. I don't know where they're gonna go and how are they gonna stop? I don't know. Is that dangerous or is that fine? I mean, probably no, probably not dangerous. I just don't know how you'd like paddle yourself over. I don't see that they have any paddles. They're all just like hooked in together. Amazing. Love that. All right, how do I? Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, onwards. Yeah, I would not be shocked if I do 40,000 steps today. And I'm like speed walking as well. So it's a day of a full workout, guys. Great name. Thank you very much for the super chat. Baldy McBaldface, I like it. Love your videos, sending good thoughts from Regina. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a great night. Jeremy, thank you once again for the super chat. What time is it at your location? Well, since it just turned to be 2 hours I've been doing this live stream, I can't actually see the time on my phone right now. I believe it's 9 o'clock here because I started at 7. And yeah, if it's been 2 hours, then it's 9. So 9 o'clock. And yeah, the sun's probably going to set at about 10. So I need to get to a C train station right after I finish my live stream so I can hopefully get back to my mom's place before it gets dark, and hopefully the bus comes in time, because see, even me going to a C train station doesn't get me close enough to walk to her place. I for sure have to take a bus unless I want to walk another whole hour, so a bit tricky. My mom actually, I can see my notifications. I can't see what time it is, but I can see my notifications. And my mom just messaged me saying that she's at the observatory now, which is, well, I guess, how do I describe it? Well, I guess, yeah, it's an observatory where you can have like this super huge telescope to look at the planets. And there's certain nights of the years that they open up to the public, where I guess tonight they're viewing something about, like Saturn being visible or something. Oh my god, there's more people rafting. Amazing. Jesus. Is that like a thing tonight? Is tonight like rafting night, or does this happen all the time? I don't come out here late, so I don't know if this is like a normal thing that's happening. Cool though. Yeah, so my mom is at the observatory watching Saturn from a really big telescope, and I wish I could be there with her, but she had like booked her tickets online like a really long time ago, and I think she didn't know if I was going to be here or not, and she was able to get confirmed that she would be able to go today. So that's where she is tonight. That's why she can't come pick me up. And yeah, hopefully another time when I come to Calgary, maybe they'll be having an event where I'll be able to go, because that's supposed to be a really cool thing to do. I can't get enough of these guys. At least these guys have oars. These guys actually, yeah, I don't have a doubt that they'll be able to paddle themselves to the shore, but those other guys in the freaking animal floaties, I don't know how they're gonna make it to the shore, and I don't know where the river keeps going to. Like, where does it go? And what if you can't make it stop? Just reading your comments here, guys. And yes, it is a full moon this week. Very nice. Thank you very much to David for your comment. I appreciate it. Yes, Brett, good comment. You are approaching the Calgary Zoo. Yes, I was in the Calgary Zoo ages ago, probably like 10 or 15 years ago, so I can't really speak on what it's like now. I'm obviously on the fence of zoos even being a thing. I think there are maybe some ethical ways to do it, but in general, you know, we shouldn't be holding animals captive unless there's like a reason that they can't survive in the wild on their own. But of course, it's cool to see animals that you don't see in everyday life up close. So I get it, but at the same time, I try and not really support those kinds of places unless it is like a sanctuary, like I said. But yeah, if you did want to go to the Calgary Zoo, it is just on the other side of this park here. Greg says the river eventually ends up in the South Saskatchewan. Hi.
Hi. What are you doing?
Live streaming.
Live streaming about what?
Calgary.
What about Calgary?
Well, I'm here visiting and stuff, but I'm showing people the sights, showing them what to see and do here.
Well, what's the good stuff that you've seen so far?
Well, we started at Sunnyside, went all through downtown. Now we're here, so this is 2 hours in. Hey guys. Yeah, there you go. Have a good night. Nice people. All right. Oh, yeah, guys, I think I'm getting to the end of my energy reserves because, like I said, this isn't even my only walk today. I ran 15 kilometers in the morning, and now I'm probably walking, well, probably 20 kilometers. So I am tired, but enjoying myself. So let's actually go over here and end with a beautiful view of the skyline and call it a day, because yeah, I should really get back if I want to get back to my place before dark. So I think there's an opening up here where we'll be able to get a nice view of the city. Aw, thank you very much, Henry. I'm glad you liked it. And thank you very much to Ellie. Very sweet. Thank you for coming out as always. Colin says Canadians are interesting creatures. Yes, they are. I was not born in this country, but I do feel very Canadian, and I feel very blessed to have citizenship here. And overall, I think Canada is a really wonderful country to live in. Actually, I thought the lookout point would be here. Is it me, or is the river lower than usual? Somehow I don't remember seeing rocks out here. Oh no, maybe it's up here. Yeah, I think it's where the benches are that I think you get a clearer view. Let's take a look. So it actually is a fairly big island, as you guys can see. It's a lot of green space. Yeah, am I imagining things? Is the river level like super low right now? The water's moving really fast though. A bit confusing. Huh. Okay guys, I think we're gonna call it a night after 2 hours and 10 minutes of live streaming. This has been a long one. Aw. Thank you very much to Nathalie for the very sweet message. Thank you for coming out, lovely. Thank you to everybody for coming out. This has been really fun, and I'm glad I was able to actually do this live stream at an unusual time for me. I think the weather was obviously much cooler than doing it during the day, and then we also get this stunning sunset view of the city. So this hasn't been like my other live streams of Calgary, so I think it was meant to be that I did it at this time, other than the mosquitoes starting to settle on me. So I gotta move fast, move quick. Thank you very much to Sue. Thank you. Thank you to Greg, Ukraine dude. You guys are all very kind. I really do appreciate this community so much. So thank you all for tuning in. And like I said, this next Saturday, I'm going to be posting the announcement video of where I'm going next. So stay tuned for that. And then literally in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in my new country, and I will be doing a live stream from there probably in 3 weeks from now. Yeah, 3 weeks from now. So that one will be interesting. Make sure you guys tune in for that. Hope you're having a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great time, guys, and thank you for coming out.